Some posts just come and go. But what happens if a post calls in the proper attention? Well, this could lead to some genuinely good reactions, and some funny ones too. So today, I'm taking you on a ride through the PokemonUnite subreddit and their best posts of the week. Oh, and Assault Break Part 2, of course. Enjoy! Series 26, Assault Break Part 2. New held items, Axle Bracer and Drive Lens will be available in the shop starting April 3rd.
Hello, my feeble brother.
You have gotten my attention, Uka Uka. What kind of diabolical scheme do you and Dr. Cortex have planned this time?
No schemes, just some old familiar faces dropping by for a visit.
No!
So that Volt Tackle buff, the thing I don't understand is, why? Why would you do it? You know the consequences. I guess you just don't know the meta as well as you think you do. You miscalculated. I love Pikachu more than I fear you. I think it's because of Raichu, Timmy immediately says. Oh shit, we can't let Pika die! So they buffed it so they can get love along with Raichu. Reddit hates Pikachu despite its lower win rate due to low skill. Having a point-and-click stun is good for the game to balance the likes of quick assassin types, Leafeon, Greninja, Gengar, etc, etc. Pikachu is fine, and has been fine. He's just annoying. Since when do you have the impression they feared you? Hey, we're fearsome. We'll take to the internet and complain. Shoutouts to OP, he has a point there. Let's see what's the real reason behind buffing Pikachu. Compared to other attackers, Pikachu had lower durability, so its defense and special defense have been buffed. Volt Tackle's movement speed boosts have been buffed to allow safer 1v1 engagements. Since Alolan Raichu is heading to Eos Island, we've decided to buff Pikachu, so he doesn't get overshadowed and lose his spotlight to Raichu. And I've gotten away with it, if it weren't for those meddling kids. Someone at Timmy, probably. More Pikachu propaganda. Nah, you got it backwards. They're hooking you on Pikachu now, then nerfing it to oblivion the instant Raichu comes out, so that you'll feel compelled to move on to the Raichu as the new closest thing. Nah, I'm not believing that. They've been trying to keep Pikachu relevant as much as they can, since it's the face of Pokemon. I've already accepted that Pikachu will forever stay overtuned.
No shot!
Alolan. I follow up waiting for Raichu. You're all ungrateful. I'm packing up and leaving Eos Island. Wow, Reddit really hates Pikachu, huh? Yeah, I couldn't find posts about Leafeon, Zeraora, or even Psyduck. Psyduck is meta-defining, even after its nerfs. But that's the Unite community for you. Focus on playing well, not blaming teammates. I've been playing MOBA games since Dota 1, and something I've noticed is this genre of game can be toxic. I was just watching some YouTube videos from Spraggles and Chris Heroes. The biggest difference is that in almost every video, Chris is throwing blame on his lane partner or mid laner almost immediately.
Leave my stuff alone. Who raised you? Where are your parents?
Unlike Spraggles, who is more wholesome.
Chris Heroes sucks now.
Yes, your team can be to blame, but I believe what separates a good player from someone amazing is the ability to perform regardless of the circumstances. I always try to focus on myself because when I watch my VODs, I notice many times that I could have played better. Maybe my positioning was bad, my decision making was flawed, etc. Please don't propagate this behavior of throwing blame. Blaming others or other factors out of your control all the time isn't healthy. Just do your best and lift up your allies rather than breaking them down. This post is not a bad post. However, the replies say something different. Sorry, maybe I should be nicer to my leftovers and experienced Greninja who is just trying to play his own style. Or the construction worker pushed Cinderace too. I don't think Chris is a good example of this, considering he'll still do great in his games even when he blames. I'd argue he's more focused on his games than Spraggles even. You're right! I blame my enemy! Not fair, they have teamwork, is a line I often throw out in jest. I think I have the right to blame my leftover Rescue Hood cookie teammates when they ignore all my setups or when they refuse to help, when they should be. I focus on playing well. That's why I also had to rely on teammates to make the best of the game. But unreliable teammates are detrimental.
Imbeciles! Fools! Nincompoops! Can't you idiots do anything right?
Yikes, that's a lot of glazing for Spraggles, lol. I watch both from time to time, and Spraggles just blames people in a passive-aggressive way due to his connections with the Pokemon shoutcasting stuff. You can still focus on playing well and blame teammates when they really do something stupid or play poorly consistently. Spraggles also gets very upset to his teammates, but since he has a casting job and his MOBA aimed for children, then he can't be toxic. He becomes very passive-aggressive instead, but you can tell that this wholesomeness is just a facade. Yeah, like I agree with the overreaching message of this post, which got predictably poorly received by this community, duh. But the examples used are very poor. This post. Just that. Just give it a good read. It's a good one.
With one bullet.
Of course, looking at oneself is important, but looking at oneself is useless if every second match you get people not jungling correctly, backcapping, never farming, not focusing on neutral farm, AFKing at every little thing, growing Greninja into 2 speedsters. Like you two would be angry looking at people going Charizard into Golem in the main games. So not only Spraggles replied to this post, he also made a YouTube video talking in depth about it.
What it is, it's a few things. The pairings in Unite are really rough. I try to not rage at teammates or matchmaking and all that stuff, but it's not true that I don't get upset. I do. I try not to let it affect me, but honestly, the way this game will pair you and the way, like, the situations you're put in, like when you get trio diffed in a game, it's hard not to be frustrated by that. You can be put in really frustrating situations. Now, you couple that with like other things that are going on. There are people, like as a streamer, people will try to grief you. People will try to stream snipe you, mess with you, all this stuff. I think there's this weird expectation that you're supposed to just put on a happy face because you're streaming, but sometimes it does get frustrating. But I think anyone playing this game for any like extended period of time can definitely get there. I myself absolutely get there. The rank ladder doesn't have a good way to delineate players as you rise up, and in solo queue you can only get so high. I try as best I can to operate with this mentality every day, and every day I run into a point where I'm like, dude, this is so hard sometimes. Like Chris, different content creators are allowed to be different. I think what he does is great. I don't think you need to be competitive. I think what is like entertaining for one person is like someone else wants something different. So I think there's this weird thing that happens where you want to sort of pit these people against each other, but I don't think life needs to be like that. And I also think posts like this always turn into like, and I talk about this a little down here, but posts like this always turn into like, oh, I don't like Chris Heroes, or oh, I don't like Spraggles, he's actually a bad guy. They always turn into this stuff.
That's enough of that. Let's get back to the memes. Secret Cinderace buff, up to 20% defense penetration. 20% defense penetration buff Cinder got on February 27th patch is so neat. Better secure on Unite move. Glad they're buffing old ADCs. I want Dragonite buffs! Wait, Cinder got buffed too? I thought it was only Speedsters who got the defense penetration. Yes, Cinder too. The desk recognizes truly a Speedster. Hey, can I have one nice thing from the first to 500 loot boxes? Best I can do is tickets. I feel that, OP. Trust me, I'm a random, and I know exactly what I'm doing.
Well, the years start coming and they don't stop 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 coming.
What the Sigma?
Don't cry, little veteran player. Uncle Timmy's got enough rank protection cards and ranked bot matches to help you reach master rank for your entire life. Masuda, Bring out the bot matches. Our boy is on a losing streak. This may be my first MOBA, but one thing I know for sure is that you need to stop blaming teammates all the time. I've been there. I started pretty bad. I had to come up from an abysmal negative win rate, because, but I got better. And I have different ways to show you that. In regards to that, it was predictable that such negativity would come out in the replies to such posts. So yeah, I'm not surprised about that part. The post itself brings up some good points, but there's others that are an oversight. There's only so much you can do by yourself, and we're talking about a 5v5 game. You can focus on your gameplay, but also there's something called teamwork. It's going to be tougher to do in solo queue. We're not here playing fives, and we're not here playing tournaments. Actual 5v5s are a completely different game than solo queue. You can trust me on that. I've seen both ends for over 3 years. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and take care.